Before we jump into your questions on today's Chiefs Report mailbag, make sure you subscribe to the Chiefs Report because we're bringing you nonstop news and rumors throughout the season. Football is back. We'll also have some watch parties coming your way as well. So subscribe and turn on those notifications. That way you never miss a video here at the Chiefs Report. Welcome into the Chiefs Report. I am your host, Harrison Graham. Appreciate all of you guys for watching today's show and submitting your questions. Hashtag Chiefs or Super Chat. We are ready to go to answer as many as we possibly can. The Wolf Boys gets the show started. How will Skye Moore, how is he going to change the offense? I don't know if he's going to change the offense, but I think he'll be able to do some different things. Bubble screens, jet sweeps. He'll be able to stretch defenders downfield. I think he's just another weapon that teams have to account for. He can go over the middle, but I don't think he's going to offer anything super unique. I will say one thing that maybe we could see is him lining up in the backfield at running back. We saw them do that a couple of days at training camp. I don't think they're going to use him fully like a Deebo Samuel, but could he get a carry or two out of that running back position throughout the season? I think that's possible, but I think it's just another weapon at Andy Reid and Eric Bieniemy's disposal. Lego My Ego, please get rid of Lucas Niang. No need to invest in a guy that won't be 100% whatever. Or forever. I mean, I hear what you're saying, but he still has 3 years of rookie contract control. That's a lot to just punt on for a guy who's got talent and when healthy can be a starting caliber right tackle in this league. So I would not do that. You've got guys that can fill in the meantime. It's a win-win. If he gets back and healthy and is your best option, cool. If not, you've got Andrew Wiley, you've got Darian Kennard, you've got Roderick Johnson, you've got other guys that can plug in at right tackle. Ryan Kirst, do you think Isiah Pacheco becomes the number 1 running back by midseason? I think it's possible, Ryan. I really do. I think that the hype is real. We've seen him consistently get some snaps with the starters. I think him checking out of the game early against the Bears spoke volumes about how the Chiefs feel about him. They don't want him to take too many hits in the preseason. He's going to play a lot. He is really, really going to have a role for this football team. Champ says, more likely to get cut, Josh Gordon or Ronald Jones? Champ? Both? I think both guys are in trouble here, Champ. Josh Gordon just continues to fall behind in the wide receiver competition. Ronald Jones, same deal with guys like Pacheco stepping up and just performing better, quite simply. I think both could get cut. I'll tell you this. I think it's a more likely scenario that both of these players get cut than neither get cut. I will definitely say that right now. We'll ask you guys, what do you think? Who gets cut? Type JG for Josh Gordon, type RJ for Ronald Jones, or type B for both. I think I might type my B for both. Let me know who gets cut, or do you think both of them do? Ryan Kirst, do you think Pacheco... Oh, we already answered this question. Appreciate it, Ryan. RJ, is the Chiefs' defense going to be 5th in takeaways and number 3 in sacks and number 7 in the secondary? I mean, that's very specific. Basically, you're saying is this going to be a top 7 defense overall? If they are, teams better watch out because we know the offense is going to be top 5 probably. So we'll see, RJ. How about top 15 across the board? You get that, you're going to be in really good shape with this offense. Mike Tilson, I see this D as being a top 10 to 15 unit. Right on cue, Mike. Yeah, I think it's possible. I think the defensive line is much improved all of a sudden with Dunlap in the mix. Karlaftis looks like a player. We know Chris Jones, who looks great, by the way, is going to be good. Frank Clark has been drawing hype in camp. So, yeah, I think the front's going to be better. The CB room has bigger potential than last year, even though they did lose Charvarius Ward. You added Trent McDuffie, a couple other draft picks that are intriguing. So, yeah, I think it's very, very possible that this defense can be a top 15 unit. Carl Bailey, do you think extra beefed D is enough? Enough for what? To win a Super Bowl? I think it'll help. You were close last year already, and that was with the bad defense for most of the year. You add Danny Shelton on that defensive line, he's going to beef that group up. Yeah, I think if this defense is top half in the league, they're definitely a Super Bowl contender. Will the Chiefs be able to win the AFC West, Tony asks. I mean, they're the favorites on paper, not only according to my opinion, but according to our sportsbook partner BetUS, who we'll get to in just a second. But yeah, there's no reason why they shouldn't be able to. Now the Chargers are going to be legit, I think. Broncos are going to be a good team. The Raiders aren't going to be a slouch. So it's a legit 4-team division. But until someone knocks down the Chiefs from their pedestal, they are the favorites to win this division. Now, if you want to go bet on divisional odds, Super Bowl odds, individual games, and everything else in between, get going with BetUS. Create an account today at chatsports.com/ChiefsBet. Plug in our promo code Chiefs125. That'll get you 125% deposit bonus. Put down $100, you get $125 for free. Put down $200, you get $250 for free. They'll match you all the way up to $500. Here are the latest AFC West odds. Chiefs at +160, Chargers and Broncos at +250, then the Raiders down there at +600. But again, I think all 4 teams are going to be competitive. Chatsports.com/ChiefsBet, promo code Chiefs125. And by the way, if you're saying, what is +160? You put down $10. If the Chiefs win the division, you'll get the initial 10 back plus an initial $16. That is +160. BB is the game. In the game, the start was promising, but as we went on the players deeper in the charts, didn't seem to play as well as expected. Is this worth worrying about if there are injuries? I mean, I think you're always concerned if you have numerous injuries to your starters. But, yeah, I mean, I do think that's a fair assessment. It seemed like the Bears' depth players played better than the Chiefs' depth players, but it's hard to have an evaluation of that without going back and watching the tape and figuring out why certain things happened throughout the game. So I think I'd have to go back and take a closer look. But when the key guys were in, and even key backups were in, because a lot of backups were in by the second quarter, and they dominated the second quarter too, I still thought the Chiefs were the better team. The GOAT, is Patrick Mahomes going to have his best season yet? Rocking the Pablo Sanchez, Abby. Well, big fan of that. I hope so. If he does, he should be the MVP favorite, because if he tops his 50 touchdown interception this year, I think he's going to be tough to beat in that regard. So, yeah, I think there's a lot of positive vibes right now, and I think it's very possible that, that he will have his best season yet. What do you guys think? Trace cooked this up real quick. Will Patrick Mahomes have the best season of his career? Type Y for yes. Type in for no. Will this be number 15's best year yet? Got time for a couple more here. Cole Keller, do you think it would be risky to try to put Buechele on the practice squad when you consider the fact Arizona almost poached him last year? Yeah, there'd be some level of risk, because we know at least one team was intrigued with him last year. Like, Arizona was ready to sign him to their active roster, and it forced the Chiefs to elevate him to the 53. So, yeah, if you cut him and he doesn't make the initial 53, there is definitely a scenario where he gets poached by another squad. So something to consider. But if he gets cut and you take that risk, then that tells me, you were willing to accept that result. So I think we'll find out in a few weeks just how much the Chiefs value Shane Buechele. Adam Marshall, do you think Danny Shelton can push for the starting defensive tackle spot next to Chris Jones? I mean, possibly. He's, I don't think he's an every down type of player. I think he's a rotation guy, which is fine, by the way. I think Derek Nottie is still a clear favorite to start there, but Shelton's going to be in the mix. Tershawn Wharton's having a good camp as well. I think this defensive tackle unit is pretty deep. And by the way, Kalen Saunders, who I thought could have been in trouble after the Shelton signing, and he still might be, he had a really nice play in that preseason game tackling Treston Ebner in the backfield. So, yeah, I think that's a position of strength all of a sudden. RJ, is the wide receiver core worrying you? Because it kind of worries me. No, it really isn't. Again, you don't have a true number one, but you got 4 or 5 dudes that can make plays. I mean, this Justin Watson kid continues to emerge and show out. Juju's going to be a nice player. Valdez-Scantling's been a little quiet, but he's going to have a couple big games, catch some big passes downfield. Skye Moore, McCole Hardman, they should have their roles. So, yeah, I mean, I'm actually not concerned right now. I think they're going to be just fine at that position. Logan and Friends, how many sacks do you think Frank Clark will have this season? I said the other day, I'd be happy with 7. Give me 7 sacks. It's not what you paid for initially, but 4.5 last year. If he gives you 7 this year, I think that'd be a nice little bounce back. Tony Fuentes, I don't watch my Chiefs TV anymore. The watch parties are better. Hey, that's why you subscribe, because we're going to have watch parties for you guys throughout the preseason. The real ones will subscribe and type real one in the chat because they made it to this point in the video, and we're going to continue to bring you the latest news and rumors. So shout out to you guys for being a real one. I know Tony's a real one. He's always here during our live shows every single week. So if you're a real one, comment real one down in the comment section below.